Hey guys, what's going on? It is Mothical here, and welcome back to the Mothical Podcast. This is episode 4. I'm not joined by anyone this time. I actually wanted to do this one alone because this one's going to be a little different. It's not about gaming as much as it is about the channel, about myself, about life, and just in general about some stuff going forward with the channel and like just the future and stuff. And I figured, I don't really know how else to do this other than a podcast. And I was laying in bed. I was literally laying in bed maybe 20 minutes ago. I was like, I should record a podcast. It's been a while, and I kind of want to talk. And so here we are. We are doing the podcast again, and I think it's pretty cool. I really do like doing these. By the way, even if there's not really any topics, I can kind of just ramble for a bit. My commentary videos, again, those are mostly about Fortnite, and so these podcasts they kind of give me some leeway to talk about other topics, and I personally really like that. So, as mentioned, I will be talking about the channel today. Obviously, there's been a lot of changes as of late. If you've been keeping up with the community and the community tab and whatnot on my channel, you'll probably know a couple of things. But for those who don't, I'm going to update you guys as to what's been going on lately, and just as to where the channel's going, because it's not going anywhere. Obviously, I'm not going to let it go. It's become a really big side hobby of mine, and I really do enjoy doing it. But I kind of want to discuss other things in relation to it, because, like I said, there's a lot to it. It is currently 3 in the morning, by the way, so if I yawn a couple of times, I apologize, and I will apologize every time I do. But, just be forewarned, it is 3 o'clock in the morning. Also, I'm adding in a little bit of music here and there. I feel like some jazz music can really spruce it up, coffee house music. Non-copyright, of course, and I feel like it'll just make the podcasts that much more enjoyable. Obviously, there's a coffee shop background now. It is going to be interchangeable whenever I have a host or a co-host. They'll go where that character is sitting, the female character. I'm going to get into that pretty soon, actually, because that's kind of a big topic of mine as of late. Yeah, I'm looking forward to doing more on the YouTube side of things. Maybe we'll get these podcasts being more commonplace. Maybe they'll just happen more often, and I'm really I'm looking forward to it. So anyways, let's talk about it. Who are these characters? I think a lot of people might have that question, and rightfully so, because they just kind of appeared out of nowhere. If you've been following me on Twitter, and if you've been paying attention to the community tab, which I know a few of you have been, but I don't know if a lot of you know that I'm active there. I am, by the way. You can go ahead and check it out if you don't believe me. These characters are my new, I don't want to say mascots, but that's basically what they are for the channel. Their new branding for the channel. And they kind of have personalities and such. One of them is basically just me. I don't know how else to put it, but the other one, obviously, completely new character, you could say. And they're just new for my branding. I need to get it out of the way. I'm not a furry. I should probably get that out of the way. I am a fan of anthro character designs as much as I am humanoid designs. It's just something I find cool personally, and I kind of jive with it. I just think it's pretty cool, design wise, pretty unique. I don't really care if people don't like it. It's just a personal thing to me, and I feel like it just makes for some unique branding. The more laid back, kind of calming. Apologize for the yawning. Type of stuff. So, let's go left to right, because obviously there's only 2 characters here. I have a thing pulled up about the different characters. I wrote down a lot about them, just so you can get an idea. So, The one on the left in the image you are looking at, his name is Moth. Like I said, it's literally just me. No, he's not a moth, but he is a mix of a cat and a bat. That he was originally just a cat, but everybody, when I first showed it to them, they were like, "Oh my god, it's a bat, OC." I'm like, "No, it's a cat." And so, jokingly, I was like, "You know what? Fine, he can be both. Why can't he be both? They both match the vibe." I really like jive with that. He is 18 years old. I am also 18, of course. He is pansexual. I am also pansexual, which I don't. I mean, I don't really want to talk about it, but that is something I am. And he/him pronouns, obviously. You got to get that stuff out of the way. People like to know that, so obviously I'm gonna put that up there. I feel like I'm just talking about myself now. Is that weird? Like I feel like I just kind of wrote down like personality traits and stuff that I like. Um, Anyways, the likes are like rock, gaming, art, movies, fall and winter, of course. Those are like the best seasons, I swear. To just like vibe out, like just amazing. My Chemical Romance, Daft Punk, and coffee. Like, okay. For those of you who don't know, which I think you probably do, if you've known me for any period of time in the last few months, I am a coffee addict. I think my Discord status right now is literally addicted to coffee or something along those lines. I just had a cup before this podcast. I normally order it's this really good coffee company that I normally get my coffee from, Bones Coffee Company. They have a bunch of really good flavors. I had the Spider-Man Web Slinger flavor, which is like crispy marshmallow, because it's later at night. I don't really want to have something that's gonna like kick me in the action, just something that's gonna keep me up. My favorite flavor is currently Cinnabon, which is like cinnamon roll, and I feel like it's just good. It's just really good. I'm not sponsored by these guys, by the way. I wish I was. I wish I had the Bones Coffee sponsor, but not sponsored. Just go check them out. It's like $15 a bag. It's really good, and it lasts you a really long time as well. You can get the pods for a lot of their stuff. They do also have just normal coffee ground and the whole bean. So if you want to grind your own coffee up, which I mean, I'm like, it tastes better. I don't grind my own coffee up. I just get the ground as is. But if you wanna get the whole bean, if you have a coffee bean grinder, definitely go and do that. I want to get a grinder so bad, dude. I really do. Honestly, coffee is just like a really big part of my life. It's weird that it is. Like, it's weird that I even say that. I feel like I shouldn't be saying that, but I am. Coffee, just like, I need it. I need it. Anyways, dislikes: I don't like country. I don't like politics. I don't like spring and summer. Well, one of those is the season we are currently in. I can't wait for fall, dude. It's right around the corner. I don't like mainstream like music, so like rap, anything mainstream. I'm just not a fan of it personally. I don't like soda, which I know is kind of crazy to a lot of people, but the fizziness is just not that good. It's not very healthy. I just don't like it. It's not my thing. I do have an energy drink every now and again, like if I really need to get myself going. I typically drink Rain, body fuel, I think is what it's called, something along those lines. Rainbow's sherbet's really good. Rainbow sherbet, highly suggest it. Again, not sponsored, just saying it's a really good drink. And I don't like greasy food. Again, I think this is obvious if I said I don't like soda. I also don't like unhealthy food. I very much like my food fresh. I like, honestly, making my own food at home. I don't know if that's just me, but I'm not a fan of unhealthy stuff. It's honestly just disgusting to me. Like, I can't stand like McDonald's or Burger King or anything of that sort. Fast food in general is gross. It's overpriced. Just make your own food. It's healthier and it just tastes better. And it doesn't even take that much time. It's like maybe one day out of the week that you're making your own food, and then it lasts you the whole week. Genuinely good. Yeah. Honestly, laid back, super chill, is supposed to be in charge of the YouTube, but like I said, it is basically just me, so obviously that makes sense. And again, he's a fusion of a human, a cat, and a bat. It was the result of a freak accident. That's it. Again, I'm talking about the character here, not myself. I am a human. IRL. In case some of y'all thought otherwise. Which I mean, I doubt it, obviously, but still. It's kind of just like a persona of myself, you could say. And I like the design a lot. You know, I wear hoodies a lot. I wear darker clothing pretty much all the time. I don't wear shorts ever. I only ever wear pants. I don't jive with shorts. I really don't. I don't like them at all. I oftentimes call myself goth. I think y'all know that, and I still stand by that. But I've been using the term alternative as of late to kind of describe like my style and like my clothing and all that kind of jazz. I don't know. I just like to be laid back. I like laid back stuff, and that's how I vibe. Anyways, that is all I really have for Moth, the character on the left. Pretty much just a self-insert. You have to have the self-insert for a YouTube channel. Most people just do themselves. Some other people do like a character or something that might not be theirs, but it's a character. I prefer to go with the creative route. I prefer to make my own shit. That's just me. But hey, what can you do? Anyways, let's talk about the girl now. I think that's the one y'all might be interested in. Her name is Amaris. She is also 18. She is pan as well. And no, they are not lovers. Amaris is a character I created because I like goth culture, and a subculture of that is pastel goth. And I think it's pretty cool. I'm a normal goth person myself. I prefer the darker colors, that kind of stuff. But pastel goth is a really interesting subculture, and I wanted to represent it in the form of Amaris, who is a Batgirl. Like, no, she's a full bat this time. We had to have one. And before you say anything, her eyes are not red because she smokes weed. I mean, she does smoke weed, but that's not why they're red. That's the result of an 8-ball fracture. And if you are a Gorillaz fan, you'll know exactly what that is. So 2D from Gorillaz, how he typically has like either black or white eyes. That's the result of an 8-ball fracture, which is a injury to the eye, where your eye basically clouds up with blood. It's disgusting, but it made him look really cool. And I just was like, you know what? Why not? Let's throw that in there. I'm a huge Gorillaz fan. I need to make that clear. They're one of my favorite bands I think I've ever listened to. Like, one of the best bands to ever grace the earth. And they're fictional. Like, they're fictional pretty much. Well, I mean, they're not fictional. It's Damon Albarn and Jamie Hewlett, but I just love Gorillaz. And even something minor like that, I was just like, I have to do that. Of course. Anyways, back to Amaris, because y'all probably don't care about Gorillaz. She likes rock, bass lines, techno, lo-fi, chill hop, gaming. She loves animation, goth culture, cats, coffee, and like I said, it's a bit of weed. She does smoke weed. I do not smoke weed. I need to make that clear. I'm really not into that shit. Who knows if I will be in the future, but I don't plan on it, obviously. But Amaris is a bit of a weed smoker, so that's cool. She dislikes rap, live action films, normalcy. She's basically like Kobe Brown from Spider-Verse, if you've ever seen that. Like, that's kind of how she acts, pretty much, just without the British accent. So there you go. And she dislikes dogs as well. That is also a little bit of a self-insert. I'm not a dog guy. I don't like dogs. They're loud. They shed everywhere. Not a fan. I'm not gonna go into like any story things because I don't want to waste y'all's time. Well, I mean, this is a podcast, but still, I don't really wanna delve into that. But basically, those are the like the mascots of the channel now. Is Moth and Amass. They are roommates. They're friends, not lovers, and you make that blatantly clear. I should probably make this very blatantly clear. Actually, I don't want to see ship art. Look, I know, I'm not like a popular person. I know there's probably not going to be any artists making art. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see ship art. I don't want to see NSFW. It's gross. It's disgusting. Just leave it out. If I see any of it, I'm going to be taking action. I'm just being real with you. I don't like that shit. It's disgusting. They are adults, but I don't want to see it. It's fucking gross. Just leave that shit out. Leave it out. Both are coffee drinkers, though. You can totally draw them drinking coffee together. That's like a hobby of theirs. It's a hobby of mine, bro. I'm a hardcore coffee drinker. I feel like it's gonna kill me, but it's something I can't get enough of. It feels like I go to work. I'm not gonna say where I work at, but I go to work. I need a cup of coffee beforehand, and it's genuinely sorry for yawning. It's just something I need to like wake up in the morning, and like in the afternoon even, like just to stay awake. I know that there's the whole like caffeine deficiency or whatever. I suffer from that hardcore. There's definitely worse things to be addicted to, of course, like the aforementioned weed or drugs or alcohol, that kind of stuff. But coffee can still get to you, man. It can still get to you, so you can't really rule it out. Man, this is really just boiling down to me talking about coffee. Alright. So, about these two. So Moth is going to be appearing on things such as like live streams, maybe in future videos, of course. Amaris will obviously be making little cameos and such in the video. She won't ever talk. I don't really know someone who can voice her, nor am I going to use an AI voice because that would be dumb. But she'll be making little pop-ups every now and again. She'll be in like outros and such. I am working on an outro. I don't know when that'll be done, but probably not by the end of the season because I am procrastinating like hell with my YouTube and such as of late. I shouldn't be, but I am. Man, I'm saying a lot. I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be fun. I feel like it's going to be nice just to have like unique branding and just something to draw people in. Like, I'm not really looking to like get views or anything. I'm looking to give people, I don't know how to put it. I'm looking to build a community that's kind of like chill, I guess is a good way of putting it. Like a really chill, laid back, very adult community. I don't really want to interact with like younger people. I'm 18, so obviously I'm still young, but like just mature individuals who aren't gonna like get mad at opinions, which is kind of what my channel is based off of. I like just the opinions and such, which I mean, I don't know if people get mad at them or not. I do have some very spicy takes some of the times. I swear, sometimes I have the hottest takes known to man. Sorry for yawning again. It's 3 in the morning. But yeah, no, I'm just really looking forward to the future of the channel. And the videos that'll be coming along with it. I don't know if I'm going to be continuing to make only Fortnite content going into the future, because I'm going to be honest with you, Fortnite has not been the best as of late. Which, I mean, that happens, I feel like it happens like once a year, where Fortnite's just like completely like just uninteresting and boring. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they can really... Well, I mean, they can fix it. They have in the past, so I mean, that's like a discussion for another day. Obviously, I'm still doing the whole 1 weekend, 5 weekend thing every season going forward. because that's a great way to at least have some guaranteed content, and it's not hard content to do at all, and it's basically just a way for me to disguise, like, oh, I'm doing my season review, but I'm gonna segment it, and I'm gonna kind of make it seem more special than it actually is, kind of thing. It's fun, it's just fun to do. It's fun to talk about stuff. That's something I really like doing. Obviously I have a podcast, so that's pretty obvious, but like just chatting with people is one of my favorite things to do. And that's going to lead me into my next segment, and that's going to be live streaming. I am planning on live streaming more right here on the channel. I don't know when. I don't have a schedule, nor will I ever have a schedule, because if I make a schedule, I'm not going to be able to stick to it. But whenever I feel like it, whenever I'm just like, I want to go live, I want to play some games, or I just want to chat with people, then we're going to do that, Oh goodness. I don't like how many times I'm yawning. I'm not really feeling it. But yeah, no, live streams, like, genuinely, I didn't do them for a while because there was some shit that happened with some people that I used to know. And I was like, I don't want to have to deal with them coming on my stream and, like, ruining it. But I kind of just came to, like, the realization that I don't care. Like, I genuinely don't care. I shouldn't care. There's no reason to care. I don't jive with those people. I don't really care if they show up. Like, I'm ban them, It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. And so I just kind of said fuck it, and I streamed a little bit, and it was really nice. Had like a good 3-hour stream. It did crash a little bit in, but it's whatever. It's just nice to be able to talk to people in real time, I guess. Even though there is a stream delay, it's just really nice to be able to talk to people in real time. I don't know how else to put it. Maybe I need more coffee. Shit. And so I would just expect more streams. Yeah, I'll probably be playing games on them, but there might be a few just chatting streams where I just kind of chat with you guys. I feel like those would be really nice, actually. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. But yeah, I feel like most of the time I'll probably be gaming. I do have planned a Hi-Fi Rush stream where I'm going to basically just be achievement hunting, but I'm never gonna stick to just one thing when on stream. I know I can't physically, mentally stick to one thing for several hours because I'll get bored. Even if it's a game I really like Hi-Fi Rush, which is game of the year for me. I just can't stick to it. And so, I'm well, if I just play multiple things in one stream, then it'll be better in the long run for me than it would be otherwise. And in turn, I can, how do I put this? In turn, I can basically just have, a very varied stream. It can just never be boring because you don't know what's going to happen next, or what I'm going to play next, or what I'm going to do next, really. And then they'll always be interesting. They'll always be enjoyable, And so, for that reason alone, I'm never gonna name a stream we're playing this, but then we're probably gonna play this or something. I'm probably just gonna name them, come hang out or chill stream or just something like that. Something that reflects what it actually is instead of baiting people in with the name of something recognizable, I guess is a good way of putting it. You're going to the stream to interact with me. You're not going to the stream to watch me play a game. Well, I mean, you are, but I do discussions, and I want streams to reflect that. I want to be able to have open, mature discussions with very mature individuals, and not kids who honestly shouldn't even be allowed to form opinions. I swear. I don't care about your opinions, right? If they're stupid, I really don't care about them. But if you are a literal child spewing bullshit, I'm not gonna give a shit, man. That's why I don't like having like a younger audience, especially when it's like a large majority of them is like kids. I just don't jive with it. Like, I just don't vibe with it, you know? So in that regard, I would rather have my audience be more like 18 to 25. You know, like 18 years old to 25 years old, because I feel like that's the best case scenario for my content. I mean, I swear in my videos, you know, I openly say the F word a lot. I say shit, ass, all that kind of stuff. I'm no, like, I'm no stranger to swearing and doing adult things, I guess you could say, on stream. I'm not very religious, I guess is what you could say. I don't know how else to put it. But fuck, my mind just totally blank. See, I just swore just then. I don't know. I just don't want a kid audience. Like, I just don't want, like, a younger audience. I'm not gonna be like Nick A30, where he's like, oh my god, this thing is crazy. No way. Like, that's not me. That's not me at all. I'm gonna be just like, oh yeah, it's chill. We're chilling. We vibe. I'm the kind of guy who would go to, like, a cafe and just kind of sit there and just kind of vibe. You know, got my coffee. You know, maybe I'm chatting to someone, even though, you know, I'm more of an introvert. I consider myself a social introvert, meaning I still openly talk to people. I just don't like starting conversations, so that's just kind of how it is. But I just find myself as the kind of guy you would find at, like, a cafe or something, like a real chill, laid back cafe, sitting in the back, maybe on a laptop doing some work or something. You never know. Even though my job is a very physical job, I would like to have a more sit-down job, I guess you could say, where it doesn't require as much physical effort, more mental effort. Like, I am what you would consider an intellectual, or as some of my friends would say, the thinker. I am the thinker. I like, putting deep thought into things and really taking my time and making sure things are as they should be or how I want them to be. And that's why I feel like I would just be better at, like, a desk job than, you know, this physical labor shit I'm doing right now. I don't like where I'm working at right now, but it pays the bills, you know? It pays the bills. I'm not saying where I work because, well, first of all, I'm not allowed to. Second of all, I don't want to get, like, sued or something for saying, oh, I don't like this, you know. And they don't have my social medias or anything, but I'm just saying I don't really like where I work at right now. I just feel like I could do better. I feel like I could do way better. I'm gonna take my first water break real quick. Alright. Mouth is refreshed. Mouth is very refreshed. I suppose we could get onto... I had the topic in my head and then I lost it. I totally lost it. Let me get it back in my head. Hold on. So, let's talk game development, which is not really something I've ever discussed before, because it's something, I don't know, it's just not something I've ever really brought up. But in case you guys don't know, I am currently training to be a game developer. It's like just personal stuff. Like, I'm more so treating it as like a hobby, like I treat YouTube, but it is something that I intend to hopefully turn into a possible job in the future. Like, not the near future, but just the future. In case you've been not paying attention to my channel, I work in Fortnite Creative and I work in UEFN. The game I currently have published in Fortnite Creative was just made in Creative, so it's not really as much of a game as I would like for it to be, but it is a map. It is Legends Battle Royale. It's currently in Season 4, which is themed after, like, Neo Tokyo and such. Well, I say that, but it's actually themed after OCs and such that I've had for like the past 5 years, and nobody really knows that. But I'm not going to go too deep into that because they're going to become more relevant in the future. But it's something that I've been putting a lot of heart and blood, sweat, and tears into, and a lot of coffee. Coffee is a reoccurring theme here, clearly. But it's something I hold very near and dear to my heart. Like, just the whole game development, like, thing is just such an important, like, aspect of my life. And I've always just kind of felt like I'm just kind of like destined to be this way. It's not like a sign of God or anything. I just, like, ever since I was like 10 years old, I'm like, I'm gonna make games when I'm older, and it just never left me. I don't know, maybe I'm like dumb or something, or maybe I have like a child brain still, but it's just something I'm super passionate about. I just want to make games, dude. I want to make like stuff for people to enjoy with like actual effort put into it. And that's actually what I'm doing right now. I'm not allowing myself to really talk about it like in too great detail, but I've kind of held off for a really long time, and I gotta get some stuff off. Like I've gotta say some stuff, you know. I can't just not say anything, so I'm gonna say stuff, and I can only get mad at myself for saying this stuff. So, yeah. I am currently working on a PvP game in UEFN. I am not going to say what type of PvP game, but it is PvP. And it goes beyond that. It goes beyond a lot of the, like, more traditional, like, PvP stuff that we've seen in the past. There's a lot more to this that in the future is going to be just massive. Like, I have, you could say, very ambitious visions for what I'm working on, and it's kind of crazy where it's going to head in the future, and just my general ambitions, and I'm just really excited for this. I've been working on this UEFN game since UEFN launched, and it has been great for teaching me Unreal Engine in general, because in case you don't know, UEFN is essentially just a modified version of Unreal Engine 5, but tailor-made for Fortnite, meaning it's like linked into Fortnite Creative, and you can kind of just go nuts with it. And so I started off, I learned how to use the landscape tool. I made so many projects prior to what I'm working on right now. So many, just to learn landscaping. I finally understand it. Like, I mean, I got the grasp of it a while ago, obviously, but it took me a minute. Like, it took me a good minute to really get the hang of it. And then, I actually ported Legends Battle Royale into that, just to see if it was worth switching over. But for transferring previously made creative maps into UEFN, especially in that state it was in, and that it currently is still in, it's just not worth it. You know, there's a lot that can go wrong, and I kind of just... sorry for the yawn. I kind of just believe that it's better to start from scratch in UEFN. However, there are times in which you can kind of start however the hell you want, I guess you could say. I love UEFN. Like, no, genuinely, using, like, the raw power of Unreal Engine to make games within Fortnite and, like, experiences and stuff is mind-blowing. I'm not much of a Nike guy, but the Airforia map that was released a little bit ago is phenomenal. Like, I feel like it shows off UEFN at its strongest, and it's only going to go up. Like, it's only going up from here. I genuinely love the Airforia map, and you should definitely check it out if you haven't yet. It's beautiful. I loved it, and I took a lot of inspiration from it, actually. Like, I felt inspired from that to continue to work on stuff and just kind of like look into new styles and find new art directions and such. It's crazy. It's honestly really crazy. Unreal Engine is amazing. Now, I'm not much of a coding guy. I gotta be honest with you. I'm kind of dookie water at it. Like, I'm kind of dookie butt at coding. I don't know C all that well. I kind of struggle with Python. But UEFN and Unreal Engine have made it pretty easy to sort of work around that. Like, if you're making like a 3D game or something like fresh from scratch, you're probably going to want to use a level of coding in Unreal Engine. I mean, even just working in Unreal Engine is kind of difficult solo. Like, you're probably not going to be able to make a whole game on your own. You're going to need several people. With the Unreal editor, it's entirely possible to work by yourself and get a finished product out. Like, 100%. I've had friends who've turned out some truly phenomenal creations that I feel like deserve more love. I've said this before on the channel, Prismash by my friend Neurosoul. Really good. Like, genuinely fun game. And I say game because at its core, that's what it is. It's a game powered by UEFN and Fortnite. You can play it within Fortnite. It's its own thing. And, like, in the future, it might go beyond Fortnite, which is awesome if it does, but it got its start here. That's where it originated from, and you never forget your roots. And so I consider that a game and not a map, because there's actual effort put into it, and you can tell it's not just more Fortnite. It's its own thing. There's love put into it, you know? And that's where I stand right now. I'm like, I don't want to release something that feels like a Fortnite map. I want to release something that feels like a game made within Fortnite. Like how you make games within Roblox, that's what I want to do. And so, earlier this year, I said, fuck it, I'm going to start working on this thing that I really want to work on. And it's been going well. It's been a learning experience. There's a lot of, learning curves and stuff to learn about. But it's been really fun. And if you've also somehow been keeping up with the Legends Battle Royale, like trailers and stuff, at the end of the Season 4 trailer, you would notice that there was a thing that said 2024. That is because I fully intend and predict that this game will be done by 2024. I don't know if it'll be done in the first quarter or the last quarter, but it will be done next year. That's all I can say, is I've been working really hard on this. It might need more time, but I'm really just giving it my all. I will say it is PvP. There's no building. I don't know how to put this. I don't hate building, but it's a Fortnite thing, and I'm trying to make this feel like like it could be within the realm of Fortnite, but it's not Fortnite. It's its own unique thing. That's what I'm trying to capture, I guess you could say. Like, with its own mechanics and its own kind of gameplay loop and such. That's what I'm trying to accomplish with this project. It's called Project Electric, by the way. I need to make that clear. That's the code name. I can't. Yeah, I wanted to say something, but I can't say it. I really, really do want to just share everything. Like, I really do, but I'm not, because I want it to be a surprise. I want everyone to just wake up one day and be like, holy shit, this is phenomenal. This is like the best thing ever. This is the best thing I've seen in Fortnite Creative ever. Oh my god. This is UEFN. This is the UEFN. Like, this is what people should be doing. There's heart put into this. There's soul. There's effort, you know? Like, that's what I'm trying to achieve. That's what several of my friends have achieved. And I want to get that too. Like, I want to get that feeling of, like, I did something and people like it. Like, I just want to make something for people to like, you know? Like, I'm not trying to win everyone over. I know there's going to be people that are going to be like, I'm not really a fan, or people who are like, this shit fucking sucks. God damn, the developer should really reconsider his life decisions and shit like that. But ultimately, I don't care, because it's my vision, you know? If you don't jive with it, you don't jive with it. That's how it goes. And like, the game industry is really competitive. That's what I've learned, is it's an overly competitive industry, and you're not always going to be able to come out on top. And especially when you're working with the limitations of Fortnite Creative and UEFN, it's not going to get you anywhere. But the concept can definitely take you outside of the realm of Fortnite in the foreseeable future, and that's kind of my big intent. Currently, I am starting with multiplayer because, again, I'm playing to Fortnite's strengths. Fortnite at its core is not a single-player game. Adventure maps are really shallow within the game. Survival maps can work, but I feel like they're just kind of meh, you know, because there's not really much you can do about them. But at its core, Fortnite is a PvP game. Yes, there's Save the World, which is PvE, and it works, but, you know, not to the best of its abilities, you know. So, I'm kind of working to that strength, and I'm creating a PvP game in the future. And while nothing's really starting right now, I think my ultimate life goal is to make a single player, just like really good story driven game. I don't want it to be too long. I don't know if this is just how I grew up, or if this is just me now, but I don't like really overly long games. Like, anything over 100 hours is, anything over like 30 hours to me now is just like overkill, unless I genuinely enjoy the game. Like, just to me now is just, it's just too much. Like, good example, and I might trigger some people here. If you're a Nintendo fan, you might want to skip ahead like a couple of minutes and see if I'm on a different topic, but I genuinely have zero interest in Tears of the Kingdom. Like, first of all, it's a big open world game. I'm not saying the game is bad, by the way. I'm not saying, I can't judge it because I've never played it, but it's a big open world game. There's hundreds of hours of shit to do, and you're not going to be bored for a very long time, and that's cool. You know, it's cool to have like a big sandbox to play around in. Like, the new features are pretty cool. But for me personally, I can't bring myself to sit through 200 hours of something that I'm likely going to get bored of after 30 hours. And that's why, personally, to me, my game of the year is Hi-Fi Rush, because it was a short, sweet, silly, fun, non-buggy, finished title. And that's extremely rare nowadays. Like, it's extremely rare that there's even a finished title, especially from like a company like Bethesda. I mean, I know it was Tango, I think it's Softworks that made the game, but it was published by Bethesda, and it just came out of nowhere. And I loved it. It's like my favorite game in a long time, and it's 100% my game of the year. I know it's going to be Tears of the Kingdom at the end of the year. Like, there's no doubt about it. Tears of the Kingdom is winning at Game Awards, but I really don't care for Game Awards anymore. It's just a glorified E3. That's where they announce new games and give better looks at upcoming games. So, in general, I just don't care about them anymore. For me, Hi-Fi Rush is the best game to release this year, and nothing is gonna change my mind about that. I love the game. Everybody should definitely check it out. You should definitely check it out if you haven't already. It's like $30. It's really, just really good. Definitely check it out. But yeah, no. So games like that are just kind of like what I'm taking inspiration from. Like I said, really well developed, just good games. And while, yeah, you're working within the limitations of Fortnite. If you ask me, Fortnite's now a very well optimized game for PC especially. One of my biggest complaints this season is just that the performance is so awful that I've had to switch to performance mode to even play VR. Like last season, I was able to play on DX11, which is what I normally play on, but performance mode is what I have to play on this season just because the performance is so bad. They don't optimize their game well, and it honestly kind of pisses me off. Like, I genuinely don't know how they don't optimize their game well. It's really annoying. It's really, truly annoying. Another thing that kind of annoys me, and this is just me, are like these big YouTubers who put together UEFN dev teams, right? And I'm going to be overly critical here. I'm talking about Superjoy. One of my friends, they noticed that in the game Rocket Wars in UEFN, there's an issue with like the solar panels where you kind of like trip when you're running over them, and there's a lot of ditches you can kind of like fall into and like crevices and stuff. They fixed that in UEFN within like 10 minutes. There's a dev team, like a team of people working on that, and a random dude was able to fix that within like 10 minutes, and it wasn't even a hard fix. A whole team of people couldn't bother to fix something that simple. And to me, that just shows that they don't care. Like, they don't care about the product, they want money. For me, I care about the product. I care about getting something out that is playable, is good, is enjoyable, and that people are gonna like. People are gonna like jive with, like I've said in the past. Something good. Not everybody is able to have that, you know? Like, I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I genuinely believe that the games industry is more so money driven nowadays than passion driven, and I'm looking to change that. I'm looking to change that with just everything. So I started Moth Games a little bit ago. All we have is Legends Battle Royale out right now, and to be frank, updates are gonna start getting really slow on that. I should probably be open about that. I don't know when the next update. Well, I do know, but you know, it's not anytime soon. There will be like one more update that's planned here soon, though. I have to promise you guys that there is one completed update left in the season. However, where was I going with that? That's not our big project right now. Like I said, Project Electric. What I was so excited about, and what I'm still so excited about. We're working on it next year, hopefully. If it can't come out next year early, it'll come out later. That's why I just said 2024. I don't want to give y'all a date. If it has to be delayed, it has to be delayed. That's all I can really say, for obvious reasons, because as Shigeru Miyamoto said, a rushed game is forever bad, but a delayed game is eventually good, or something along those lines. I think it might be those two lines switched, but pun not intended. But you know, I just feel like more passion and energy needs to be put into projects instead of rushing something out with the sake of making a quick buck. Like things like Superjoy and Atlas Creative and all of that are pushing out. Although I will say, I've seen some YouTubers push out some really good UEFN games. Genuinely, I know there was one pushed out by Squatting Dog that was really good. The one by Typical Gamer, that's like a gun game, pretty good. They have actual like effort put into them, I feel like, and they're a good example, but you know, they're not perfect, but they're better than whatever the hell Superjoy is pushing out. And so genuinely, I just feel like let your developers be passionate about what they're making, because the end product is going to be better. Don't boss them around and tell them to add this or add that. Put it how it is. Be like, we're giving you guys some time to figure this out. Here's our vision. Go nuts. And then they're going to make a good product, because then they have freedom to work on something, you know? Work on something that they want to work on. What if they don't want to work on a battle royale? What if they want to work on, I don't know, a team deathmatch or a different PvP mode? Like, I don't know, like a payload or capture the flag or something along those lines. Something like unique and like not commonly seen, especially in the UEFN space. It's gonna get plays because, Super Joy Rocket Wars is being played like hell because it's just a crappy Zone Wars ripoff. And like, yeah, it was fun for a little while, obviously, but it's kind of just sweat paradise after a good bit. I don't know, it just kind of seemed like, we want your money, play our map, we want your money, we need to make videos, play our map. Like, I don't know, maybe that's just me. I feel like I've seen that a lot in the games industry, and now we're seeing it with UEFN, which is pissing me off. So put effort into your games. Just do it. Just do it. Rants aside, I'm really looking forward to the future of UEFN. I think it's going to be huge. Like 2-3 years from now, it's going to be massive, and I'm here for it. I'm going to be there hopefully the whole way until I feel like it's time to move on. I don't know when I'm going to quit Fortnite itself. I don't really plan on that, and I don't like discussing that because it's not something I really foresee in the next few years. But I think the best time to quit is just when I'm not enjoying it anymore. Adult life, it happens, and when shit goes down, I guess is a good way of putting it. What I can say is I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm not leaving the game development space. I'm going to be making games. It's going to be great. It'll just take time, and that's what's more important. I am going to go ahead and I'm just going to plug this real quick. Please go play Legends Battle Royale. It's not the best, but it's something we have out right now to demonstrate, an idea. It's not the most unique either, but I promise you what we're working on is much better. I promise you it'll be worth it in the end. Legends is possibly semi-tied in as well, so give it a look, and who knows? You might like it. You might like it, or a little creative only map. No UEFN, just creative. You might like it. Who knows? Anyways, that's gonna be it for this podcast. It's a little under an hour. These solo podcasts are a lot tougher to do because I don't have someone to kind of bounce off of like I do with NeuroSoul or just anyone else really. Hopefully the next podcast I can get out will be with him. We've both been really busy with like jobs and just life and stuff. He's also a UEFN developer and aspiring game dev, so I understand he has probably more priorities to do, but hopefully we can get a podcast out soon. That's going to be it, though, for this one. I hope you guys enjoyed listening. If you did, tune in to listen. I don't know how many of you do, but it's nice whenever you do, and I really do appreciate it. If you're new here, I'm going to go ahead and plug this. Hit the subscribe button. It really helps me out. I'm trying to grow. I'm trying to expand my audience. I'm trying to just share things that you can enjoy. Again, I typically do commentaries whenever I'm not posting game-related stuff, like projects of my own. But whenever I do, you'll see like trailers and such here on the channel, and so you can keep an eye out for those, of course, because it's going to be a big part of it in the future. Obviously, it already is, but I didn't have to tell you that. But yeah, no, I still make commentaries and stuff, and in the future it'll probably go beyond Fortnite eventually. It just takes a bit more effort when it's not Fortnite, I'm not gonna lie. Just a little bit more, but it's fine. Also, I have a Twitter. I believe the handle is just mothical_. I could be wrong. Let me actually pull it up real quick. What is my Twitter handle? I don't even know my own Twitter handle. It is... yeah, so at mothical_, capital M. You'll obviously know it's me when you see the profile picture. Go ahead and follow that if you want to. I know some of y'all probably don't use Twitter because it's a cesspool. I understand. I don't like Twitter either. But I'm there. I'm also on... I'm not on much else, actually. I'm really only on YouTube and Twitter. I have an Instagram, but it's privated. I do have a Discord server, but it's currently closed due to complications, so I'm not going to really plug that, but it will be returning in the future, likely behind something like Patreon or Ko-Fi, something along those lines. We'll see. We'll figure it out going into the future, but that's currently closed due to unspecified reasons I'm not going to talk about. That's going to be all for now, though. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you tuned in, I hope you're having a good day, good night, wherever you are. Stay safe out there, and remember to stay positive. That's all from me, and I will see you in the next video / podcast whenever that's out. Yeah, peace.